Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today, I want to give you my full thoughts on Zetsubou No Shima. I've spent a lot of time in public matches, and I have completed the Easter egg, and I honestly do have a full opinion at this point. We are going to start with the negativity. However, I know a lot of people are saying a lot of negative things about Zetsubou No Shima. However, I think this is a great map, and I will tell you why. But let's start with the bad first so we can end on the good. The worst thing about this map. There really isn't one. There's just a lot of little annoyances. I'm gonna say the Thrasher and the spiders. Those are the most annoying. When you're trying to train and go for a high round, the Thrashers, and more specifically the spiders, really don't train like regular zombies, so they will get in your way and not train behind you like regular zombies or dogs would. I feel like Thrashers spawn way too much, however, they're not too difficult to deal with. If you have the skull or even a decent weapon, they should pose no threat to you unless you're at an early round with not a lot of ammo. Speaking of early rounds, the skull is something you can begin in your early rounds. However, you don't get any points for doing these 4 rituals. And these 4 rituals, in my opinion, are more monotonous and more frustrating than the Shadows of Evil Pack-a-Punch. I don't like getting the skull. In fact, I will not get the skull unless somebody else wants me to. And I will say that the skull is worth it. It's just me. I don't feel like doing 4 things around the map while holding a zombie. But it is 100% worth it to save teammates, to go for high rounds. It is definitely worth it. And yes, you can do it as you are progressing the game. The next thing that can be difficult are the challenges. Now, the good thing about the challenges is that you get a free max ammo, you get a free top tier weapon, and you get an extra perk slot, which we have never seen in a vanilla zombies map in Black Ops 3. So this is a positive note for sure. Some of the challenges, like kill Thrasher before he becomes enraged, kill 3 zombies as they become a Thrasher, those are the most difficult. However, if you go outside of that, or if you just get skilled enough to do those things, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And the rewards for it is honestly worth it. You're telling me I can get a free max ammo for shooting a pod or getting a pod underwater to breathe? That's awesome. The final negative thing for me is going to be the upgraded KT4. In order to get the upgraded KT4, you need to complete, everybody in the lobby needs to complete all of their challenges so that lightning can strike your shield, so you can bump this box, so you can go down and get this liquid divinium thing, which I do not think is worth it whatsoever. And then you need to get rainbow water, you need to get the skull, you need to plant a seed, you need to water it for 3 rounds in a row, you can't mess up. It's just too monotonous for me to feel any sort of will to do that, especially because the KT4 is unlike any other of the other wonder weapons that we have in Black Ops 3. It is more like the Wunderwaffe, where it's a fun gun to kill zombies with, however, it's not going to save you from a mistake you made. And for that reason, I love it. I love this wonder weapon. It reminds me of the Wunderwaffe DG4 or DG2 or whatever it is. It's DG2. I know for a fact it's DG2. It's a fun way to kill zombies. I want to run the KT4 because it reminds me of the Sliquifier, and it does this really cool thing to zombies, and the animation's cool, and the reload is cool, and it looks really cool, and the lore behind it is really cool. But it's not a Stormbow. It's not the Apothicon Servant. It's not going to save you from a mistake you made, like I said before. And I think that's a good thing because we have the skull for that. If you really want that extra padding, you want that extra backup from a mistake you might make, go get the skull. Take the extra effort and go get the skull, because the KT4 is one of the easiest wonder weapons we can actually achieve. I've gotten this wonder weapon by round 6. That's before I've actually gotten Jug. If you're lucky enough to get the random zombie, if you have enough points, which you should be able to, open up the bunker to go all the way back to get the plant, and the next spider round, bam, wonder weapon. It's awesome. Now there's a complaint that this map has too many doors, it takes too many points to actually open up. I've played a lot of multiplayer, so I haven't really felt that, and mainly because Jug is not within the bunker itself. However, every time I've gotten Jug, we have opened up a large majority of the bunker. We have turned on power. And if you saw my first attempt, I did get to the bunker. I did get to power by round 5. So honestly, the next round, round 6, all I would have been able to do is just farm some zombies and get Jug after being able to turn on power. Now, something that I think might help this Jug deficit or issue with this, how many points it takes, how much money it costs to open up the map and everything, what I think might help is if the ritual zombies for the skull actually give you points, as well as the zombies it takes to turn on power. If those two gave you points, and maybe the Thrasher gave you a little bit more points, that would be a lot better so that we're not wasting ammo at the beginning rounds. We don't have to buy weapons as quickly as some of us may have to, and we have extra points for doing extra things in the map. But honestly, power itself is super fun to me. Watering one station, going across the map that you opened, watering this other station, it's incredibly simple to do. Then you just open up the door, and that is the last thing you have to water. You don't even have to deal with the awesome new plants where you get a free perk, you get a plant that holds a zombie, you get a monkey bomb plant, you get a free random power up. The plants are awesome, but they're completely optional if you're just surviving, going for high rounds. Easter eggs aside, the plants are just bonus, and that's okay. But then going on to the power room itself, a little challenge of shooting zombies underwater and surviving is really, really cool. It's awesome. It takes skill. You have to have skill in order to open power, which I, on my first attempt, obviously didn't have, which is super, super awesome. It's completely different, and it does turn off a lot of people, no pun intended there, but honestly, I think that is okay. This map is unforgiving. It's not going to hand you bows that you just got for killing zombies in specific areas. You're gonna earn what you get in this map, and that's what I really like about it. I've heard a lot of people say that the buildables are too convoluted. There's too many buildables in this map. I don't understand that. There's like 2. There's the gas mask and the shield. You could count Pack-a-Punch, but let's take a look at this. If we open up all of the doors, we just get enough points to open up all the doors, we turn on power. Every single buildable, you just have to press X over. With the exception of Pack-a-Punch, you can get every single zombie shield piece, you can get every single gas mask piece simply by opening up the map and exploring, which you're gonna do anyway. With the Pack-a-Punch, you have to find it underwater. You have to turn on power, which is fine because that's what you're going to do anyway. And the only thing you have to do is knife body bags. I turn on power by the time I get the wonder weapon, by the time I open up the bunker, which is probably round 6 or 7. So Pack-a-Punch, the wonder weapon, and power are all turned on by round 7 or so. And most of the buildables are done at that point as well. I just don't understand the unnecessary hate this map is getting for being too difficult. I think people are spoiled with Dreisendrache, and Dreisendrache is an easy map. It's a great map. I love the map, but it's a very, very hand-holding map. It's a, here's an overpowered thing, here's an overpowered thing. You don't need to worry about anything. But with Zetsubou No Shima, it's a really big throwback to the original maps, like the Giant. There is no shield in the Giant. There is no wonder weapon in the Giant that's going to save you. It's you, it's your ability to train, and you just got to survive zombies, which is exactly what this map just overwhelmingly tells you it's going to be. And that brings me to one of the worst criticisms I've ever heard on YouTube. Zetsubou No Shima does not take 2 hours to set up for a high round. I have done the Easter egg. Yes, that elevator shaft is a fantastic camping spot. It might be one of the best camping spots in all of Call of Duty Zombies. However, it is not necessary in order to go for a high round. If you want to go for a high round, go where the purple water is in the room with the cocoons. That is where I train. It's incredibly open and incredibly easy to train in there. That is where I am going to go for my high rounds. The only problem with that are the spiders. And if you're training in the elevator shaft, if you're training there, you will get those spiders as well, so there is no point unless you want a fantastic camping spot to do the Easter egg. Now, I'm not much of a camper. I don't know where the camping spots are on this map, or really any map. I like training. That's what really gets me going. So training, go in the purple water. It doesn't take 2 hours. Whoever says it takes 2 hours to set up is just blinded by ignorance, and they don't know what they're talking about. They're being dramatic, and they might be using hyperbole, which is something that I love to do. So that is my thoughts on Zetsubou No Shima. It's one of my favorite maps, and the spookiness, I haven't even told you about the spookiness on this map, but I have to go to work right now, and I could go on and on about all the little Easter eggs, the bones here, the hallucinations here, the giant monster. If you go to Reddit, you see a post about Zetsubou No Shima atmosphere, it being beautiful. If you go to the Smith Plays channel, his high round attempt, when he's at round 50, he hears something. He thinks he hears a thrasher, but that's a giant shadow outside of the map. That's an Easter egg once you get to round 50, screaming. It looks like Godzilla. It's a big Cthulhu monster. It's incredibly scary. There's little children's lullabies around. There's so many things that build to the atmosphere of this map that I absolutely love that sort of stuff. And I love this map. So that is my big long rant towards Zetsubou No Shima. I love it. What do you think about it? It's very difficult. It's not hand-holdy. You gotta earn what you get. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful Zombies morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, have a great day.